Mm, 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 mm. What's going on, New Gaming Order? This is Alex Lexus, the man, the myth, the juggernaut, and I might be changing my catchphrase because some of what I'm going to report today is in direct link to Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, and I'm really at a point of disbelief. By the time this airs, most of the news will already be out. I want to give a shout out to Geeking Out. Shinwar actually gave me this news, but my goodness, for those of you who saw the last broadcast that I put up talking about why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't make the cut for EVO 2018, which is going to air late this summer, you know, a lot of things that were said, they were I wasn't far off the mark. I really wasn't. And I actually have my notes because I want to make sure I hit every critical point to me that stands out that needs to be addressed. And Capcom is in that sinking ship phase. Like, really, we're in a time where we're going to be ushering change. New leaders, new top dogs. It's going to turn into like the NFL. You never have the same team on top for too long. Ask New England Patriots. Shots fired. But in any case, news broke, or there's rumors going around that there was some leaked info pertaining to what the potential future had things gone well with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that we could have seen. So, starting with the topic, Marvel vs. Capcom, the franchise is finished. Over, done. The Undertaker done hit it with the tombstone. It's finished. I don't think Marvel will ever give Capcom another chance at touching that franchise. Infinite, end of an era. That was a shameful attempt at doing a money grab, rushing the game, limited budget, and as you can see, 2018 October, we're going to see the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite pulled from Steam, PlayStation Network, and Xbox Live. Now, pathetic. The timing of the release, Shinwar and I were talking about that. They released the game at the wrong time. First. Secondly, with, again, Capcom in the past, and I think I have done interviews. I actually cannot put out some names because I don't want to, throw anybody out there, but pretty much, to my understanding, with the Marvel license, especially with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it was like Marvel pretty much, it was said, I'm not going to put out names, that they were holding their hand through the development process. To be more specific, it was something to the effect of Doctor Strange and how he had to be done and animated a certain way so that, Marvel would be happy. That's what it looked like. So they're doing like this, right? So I kept that mindset from 2010 to now, where Marvel had more of a say as to what happens. Now, obviously, the roster, that's on Marvel. You can't blame nobody. So they put in whatever characters, so on and so forth. But whose call was it to omit the X-Men from launch roster? Now, later in my notes, it says that the X-Men were planned DLC. Now, I called it. I said, okay, if they're not in the launch, they'll probably be in later. But if the X-Men were in the game, it probably would have saved it on some level. They could have overlooked the graphic style. They could have overlooked a lot of things, but I think at the root of it, it was the roster that killed this game. The rushed feel, the regurgitation of old resources from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and try to retool it for a new game and try to do another money grab. Now, they're talking in this report, I should have it in the background where, Marvel didn't have a say, or they didn't order Capcom to use that pseudo-realistic graphic style. So this was Capcom's doing. Now, here's another thing for you. If Capcom did not have the resources or the same talent that they had before working on a majority of their fighters, they should have got Dimps. And those of you hardcore guys know the entity that is Dimps. They are the reason Street Fighter or fighting games are where they are. Do some research. I'm not even gonna put it, like the hardcore guys will put comments below, know who Dimps, that company is. Get those guys, have them build up Street Fighter. Have them build up all the other stuff with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, Dimps is like the forefather for all of this. So, get the right people. This is the first game that Capcom has done in-house with it for decades. And it showed. Because, like I said before, you have a lot of folks that are at Capcom that just are either out of touch, don't understand the fanship or the fandom that has been around for so long. So they're changing the guard. You have to have the right people in the right places at the right time, like I said in my other video. This is terrible news. Horrible news. This is over for Capcom in terms of that franchise. And Marvel vs. series used to be that, you know, and this is a sign of things to come from Capcom, because they made a lot of bad decisions. The Mega Man franchise, there should no reason Inafune-san's Mega Man should not be at the forefront with Capcom. Captain Commando, so on and so forth. Mega Man is Capcom's Super Mario. Put them on, help get them on the map and everything. So now, look at where you got. Just like Dan Matrick, who almost killed the Xbox brand, whoever is making decisions, and poor Ono-san, that guy put in so much like effort and work, and like I said in the other video, he loves, cares, and serves what is Street Fighter V. They didn't stop, they kept grinding. Even though I'm not like too in love with Street Fighter V, I respect their hustle. They're still trying to sharpen their saw and make the game all that it can be. It's never gonna be one of my favorites, but I respect Street Fighter because that's in 1987 when I was sitting in Silent Tommy's arcade with Cody David Holmes playing Street Fighter 1 for the first time. That was an opening for me, you know, and just to see the state that Capcom is in terms of fighters, in that Dead Rising situation and all of that. Capcom, take a look back. A lot of decisions that you're sitting on IPs, Onimusha, Power Stone, all of that. You got a lot of stuff that you can use to build that company back up. Bad decisions, and then all of a sudden, hey, we don't have enough money to make this stuff, so we're just, if you're not gonna do something with the franchise, sell it off. I mean, sheesh. So now, let me tell you, what Marvel's gonna do, and I kind of swallow crow, pause. When Shinwar and I were at one Comic-Con and we were talking to the Marvel folks, and one of the guys, I said, oh, this is why we're not getting another Marvel versus game, because they were doing strictly mobile for a period of time. And it looked like it was more profitable for them to go that route, but even still, like, they tried it, it worked for a while, and then it didn't. Then you got more console games that popped up, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, pretty much, Marvel can say, I told you so. We didn't want to go back into this. So Disney, they're probably going to go in-house, make their own gaming studios, and you won't get any more crossover games. Capcom, I think whoever's at the top, and if ever you guys see this video, there's a thing called tough love, which I'm about to give y'all. I've been with Capcom ride or die for a long time. Change your leadership. Change the investors. You guys need to hit the reset button, because like the Ultimate Warrior said to Hulk Hogan, take the controls of the airplane, go into a nosedive. Man, Capcom, you gotta pull it up. You guys are in a sinking ship. Figure it out. This has been Alex Lexus, the man, the myth, the juggernaut. I'm a little tight with some of that news because, like I told you guys, I didn't really like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but I had fun with it. It plays, it's fun, okay? But it could have been a lot more than that. Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Juggernaut, a lot of people. And when you look at that rumor list or the point of contact, take it with a grain of salt. There was nothing holding the X-Men from being in the game. Nothing. It was just another money grab to try to get people to buy season 2 packs, which was canceled. Because now apparently there's supposed to be 3 more characters that are somewhat unfinished. I call BS on that, because the DLC that we got now, with the characters like Monster Hunter, Black Panther, and all of those who are actually in the story mode, those characters were finished already. They were done already. So, I'm just saying, Capcom canceled the order for season 2 characters for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The freelance folks that were actually working on the game, whatever contracts they had were canceled. That's it. It is over. Dragon Ball FighterZ took the reins. Arc Systems, I called it from day one. And this is before I even did podcasts or shows like this. When I played Guilty Gear Missing Link on the PlayStation, I said one day, with the way this game plays, like a versus Marvel versus Capcom Samurai Showdown mix, I said one day this company is going to do great things. So leave your comments below. I'm really tight by this news. I had to make sure I hit my points. Let me know what you think. I'm probably gonna have to do a follow-on and actually have like a podcast with Free Play Mode, Demizzle, and a couple other folks, Project Justice. I want to talk about this, because Capcom really dropped the ball on this one. Choked like the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm taking shots. I love you guys, but not feeling it. The man, the myth, the Juggernaut. I'm out.